Greetings there. It is another day, and it started out pretty rough. In fact, last night was pretty rough. Very wet, very cold, and then this morning, as I was waking up, the winds were just buffeting the back of the Jeep from the lake, driving sort of, not heavy rain, but heavy enough rain. I didn't even bother to get out of the Jeep. I just climbed over the seat, hopped in the driver's seat, and we took off. And so I'm about 100 miles south of there now. We're heading deeper into Montana, trying to get away from where the weather's at. I've got an overlay on my maps that shows me where rainfall will be hitting over the next 48 hours. And so we're going to head down towards Helena, Montana, play around in the woods, somewhere around there. There's a couple things I got my eyes on, but I'm not quite sure where I'm going to land. So let's go find out. I'll just bring you along on the journey and we'll see what we do see. I stopped here because I'm finally out of the rain and there was a little patch of sun coming through, some blue sky, and a pretty little lake. So figured I'd get you a shot and start the video. Anyway, let's get on down the road, yeah? You know, I gotta say, this has been a beautiful drive. So I took all of the sort of back state highways from Kalispell to Helena, Montana. Wow, just pretty. We came down close to where I went up, actually, just in between a couple different ranges along Swan Lake and all of that. And then came across, I think it's McDonald Pass, and a whole bunch of just beautiful country through there. Spotted Dog Wildlife Area, Hoodoo Mountain Wilderness. Gorgeous. Don't know how much of it made a video. You know, you only get so many turnouts to like take some shots, but it was pretty. Now we are in Helena. I think I'm going to hook onto I-15 and head north and see what we find up there. Got to find us. I think we got Gates of the Mountain Wilderness over there. Doesn't look like there's a lot of roads into it that I'm going to be able to get to because of snow, but we'll get some shots at least. And then we're going past Sleeping Giant Wilderness Area, Tower Rock State Park, and we'll try to find somewhere to camp along there. Worst case scenario, we'll grab a hotel room in Great Falls and actually take a shower. It's not a bad idea to have a warm place for the night. Anyway, let's get back on the road. So this is the gates of the mountain recreation area, kind of looking over the wilderness area. And as you can see, the Missouri River comes out of that crack in the mountain and turns into this little lake right here. I'll take some shots around. Ironically, I did find a road that gets back up on that ridge line, but it's gated. And on the gate, there's a sign that says your GPS lied to you. This isn't a road. Made me laugh. Random odd statue. The dog looks demonic. This is Tower Rock. Put in a little excerpt from Lewis and Clark in there. Well, folks, you've reached the end of this little video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I sure did enjoy today. You know, after several days of being cold and wet and just kind of nasty, it was really nice to stay ahead of the rain and get into a little bit of sun. So after we came down into Helena, I went ahead and took I-15 up towards Great Falls. I've been curious about the Missouri River area for a while, and I've never really gone and explored it. And so we were following that along, and my God, the canyon lands along the Missouri River are something else. They're like almost Utah-esque. And so I went, checked it along the highway. Couldn't really stop too many places. Pulled off at, I think it's called Tower Rock State Park. Checked that out a little bit. And then took a road behind there back in several miles through the canyons right along the side of the Missouri River. It was just absolutely amazing and gorgeous. There were a couple places I could have camped there, but they were full of people. I don't know if they were all staying there. That was just the entire parking spaces were jam-packed with cars and boat trailers, and I assume everybody's out in the river. And so I decided to just abandon that idea. Didn't find anything that looked decent as a campsite as I headed on towards Great Falls, and figured I could use a shower, and it's supposed to rain again tonight. So we are in Great Falls, but as you can tell by the sun on my face, it's beautiful, so hopefully the rain went around us. And we'll figure out what we're doing tomorrow. So that said, hope you have a good one. Catch you on down the road.